What up, YouTube? Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Coming at you guys to tell you guys thank you. Thank you for viewing my content, and thank you from God, Source, Spirit, the universe, your spiritual team, everybody, for taking the time out of your day to hear what Spirit has to say. So today we have the Five of Cups, okay? Loss, grief, sorrow, disappointment, despair, disappointment again, relationship problems, and pessimism. October 23rd to November 1st is your dates. This is a water card. The answer to any question you might have right now is no. Scorpio ruled by Mars, and this is a throat chakra card. So loss, grief, disappointment, sorrow, despair, disappointment, relationship problems, and pessimism. So we have the guy crying over the 3 spilled cups while he has 2 full cups behind him. And you know, another way to look at this is like, so usually at a starting line, there's like a couple poles and like a big banner that says start or whatever, but it's the same thing with the finish. But you know, a lot of the times that kind of like a gate, right? Kind of like a, so if he just turns around, he ain't got to worry about none of these cups. He ain't got to worry about none of that, right? Chances are he already drank 1 or 2 before he spilled the rest of them, right? And so I say to you, maybe you're just done, right? So you've been sitting in disappointment, relationship problems. A relationship can be romantic or friendship or business, okay? And you just been getting disappointment after disappointment. So what are you going to do? Well, your best bet is to just walk out of the whole damn situation, to be quite honest with you. And here's why. Because otherwise you're sitting here and you're debating over what's what, who's who, and how's how, and all that. And you're just going to have yourself an inner turmoil, right? You're just going to have yourself wrapped up in your head, right? Sometimes the best thing to do in a situation is just walk up out of it, okay? Sometimes it's the only thing that you can do. Sometimes that's the best answer. And it doesn't mean you have to walk out of it forever, right? But sometimes we all just need our space in order to continue to encounter this thing we call life for a couple more days, and coming back and seeing how our perspective is, right? Like I had said yesterday, something about like my dad used to say about sleeping on it, right? You need to sleep on it. You need to take some time, right? You need to take some time to not have these things out in front to bother you, okay? And the only way to do that, like I say, is to walk away from the entire situation, okay? Now, it could be that you have to be... Now, I'm telling you guys, okay? I'm not suffering. There's nothing bad going on aside from the fact that I'm lonely, right? But sometimes, you know, you might have to find yourself in a situation like I found myself, where now here I am, I'm homeless, right? I'm living in my Jeep. I'm blowing my nose with paper towels and making sure my hands are clean, that sort of stuff. I mean, like, come on now. You know, but the thing is that at 14 years old, I ran away from an abusive home. And I've been homeless before. And so, like, from 14 to 19, I was homeless. So I've already been through this, right? I already know what to do, how to do, and how to handle. Like, you know what I mean? I could write you a book, but it wouldn't be a book you want to read because there's just no point, right? Sometimes we find ourselves knocked down, but the question is, are you gonna stand there? Are you gonna stay there? Are you gonna be continued in that environment to where you're just knocked down and beat up, right? Is that what you're gonna do? Because this man, I feel like this man done been sitting there for a little bit. You see a little bit of wine out of 2 cups, right? That middle one, I don't really see any wine coming out of. But I feel as though he's been sitting there for a little bit, just grieving over these spilled things, over these disappointments, and over these things that didn't work out the way that he expected them to. And I mean, like, that's fine. It's like sometimes we find ourselves in situations to where, like I said, we just gotta walk away. Okay. Like, for example, if you have an idea for a book or some sort of great idea, right? And you end up seeing it through and it doesn't work out, so you scrap it. Now, I mean, you might have had a lot invested into that, and that might be a grieving process, but at the end of the day, you still got to walk away from the trash can where you threw the piece of paper in of that great idea that you've been working on, right? But when you wake up the next day, hopefully, and chances are, you'll have something else to move towards. You'll have a new idea, a new thought, a new pattern. Okay, and so that would be what I would say. I would say walk away today and start something new tomorrow. Is what I would say. So y'all keep y'all's heads up. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right, later.